What's up, everybody? This is Betty Garza, your local realtor. Today we are talking about Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Are you thinking about relocating to this city? You're definitely going to want to stay tuned because these are the 10 reasons not to move to Palm Beach Gardens. We're getting at it right here. All right, and we're back. So this video is going to tell you the top 10 reasons not to move to Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. If this is your first time to my channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, playing, working, living in South Florida, you'll definitely want to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, which is weekly. I'm your local realtor right here in South Florida, and the only way that I can help you when you're thinking about relocating and moving to South Florida is if you call me, text me, email me, reach out so that me and my team can help you with the process of relocating here to South Florida. It's all we talk about, it's all we think about, we're totally obsessed, but the only way we can help you is if you reach out. Okay, so let's get into it. You're thinking about relocating to the city of Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I want to tell you the reasons not to. So reason number one, this might sound crazy, but the city of Palm Beach Gardens actually has no beaches. So this city specifically, where the borderline of Palm Beach Gardens hits, it hits just before the intercoastal line and the beach lines of the east coast of Florida, which is so funny, but there is good news to that. The beaches closest to Palm Beach Gardens are all of maybe 5-10 minutes, depending how east you live in Palm Beach Gardens. If you're all the way west, it's probably a 20-minute drive, which in all honesty, that's not too bad. But the actual city does not have any beaches. There is Juno and Jupiter Beach, which are just northeast of Palm Beach Gardens. And then you also have Singer Island, which is just southeast of Palm Beach Gardens. So no beaches located in this city, but they are not a far drive at all. So that's number one. Number two are the taxes. So the taxes, the way that they work here, you do pay them in arrears. So whenever you are estimating your mortgage payment or you have to pay taxes, they're due, you can start, you get a bill in the mail or an estimation or information on what they will be in November. And you get a 4% discount if you pay it in November, but you have until, before March 1st to make those payments. But in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, the percentage based on the price that you pay for the home is somewhere between 1.6 to 2% of that price. So just, keep that in mind if you're shopping and looking to relocate to Palm Beach Gardens, is that's kind of where you want to make that estimation. Though if you're financing, your mortgage person can help you with that and estimate that within the mortgage payment. So don't worry there, we'll figure it out. But that's point number two, is taxes. And also don't forget, you're buying in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, and that's going to be your primary residence. You can do something that's called homesteading your taxes, where you get an exemption of up to $50,000 off of the assessed value so that you're paying a little bit less in taxes. And it also puts a 3% cap increase on your taxes every year. So if you're thinking about moving to South Florida and as it's going to be your primary residence, definitely remember that. If you're coming in the summer and you're going to purchase in July, June, you definitely want to file for your homestead taxes. It takes about 60 days for everything to get recorded, and then you could have that information, get your address changed and everything like that. But definitely want to do that before, January, February, just so that it's already recorded and you have it done. So homestead taxes, definitely remember that. Point number three is cost of living. So cost of living is a little higher than the national average in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. The home price average, sell price, because remember they do kind of average this over all types of properties, single family, condo, townhouses, things like that. So the average in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida is about $414,000. It hovers just around that price point. So of course, condos and townhouses are going to be a little bit on the lesser side, but single families probably a little higher depending on the size and where exactly it's located within Palm Beach Gardens. And especially after the last couple of years, prices here in Palm Beach Gardens did go up a little bit, but we are, just like everywhere else, starting to see a normalized market. And that's me talking today, recording this video. We are in March of 2023. I've talked about in other videos, the normalizing market, meaning people are not exactly always paying, a lump sum of money over the asking price. There are some markets where you are still seeing that. They're a little more competitive. Maybe they're sought out neighborhoods, though for the most part, you are seeing kind of normalizing prices and not such chaos like we were seeing in the last few years. All right, and point number 5 that I want to talk about is if you are not a fan of the communities that have an association with the location of where that home is, Palm Beach Gardens might not be the location for you because a lot of the communities are gated. They do have an association related in that area. You don't find too many areas without an association, though if you're a person that likes HOAs and you like the management of the property and community and things like that, then maybe Palm Beach Gardens is the place for you. But for those that do not like or do not want a property with an association linked to it, then Palm Beach Gardens may be a little bit limiting for you as far as options. And also, not only do they have associations, fees associated with it, they also have something that's called like membership fees. So if you're familiar with that, a membership fee could be for social membership, tennis membership, golf membership. Here in South Florida, golf is definitely a popular sport that a lot of people play. It's very hot in the summer, but people still do play. They get out in the course very early. As you know, Palm Beach Gardens is home of the PGA Tour. So when looking at property or searching, definitely you want to have a realtor like myself and my team on your side so that we can eliminate those properties that have the mandatory membership linked to it, because that is something that you usually have to come out of pocket and pay cash for. So if you're not interested in those membership communities, we can filter those out for you. And if it is something that you're into, then PGA or Palm Beach Gardens does have some communities that offer those resources and that lifestyle for you for sure. Ibis is one of the biggest ones that you can have access to, and there are a few others. So definitely, if that's something you're interested, PGA or Palm Beach Gardens. PGA is one of the main roads through Palm Beach Gardens, so that's why I keep calling it, but Palm Beach Gardens does offer that too. Reason number 6 not to move to Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, are as far as new construction. If you're someone that's looking for a new construction community, there aren't a lot of options in Palm Beach Gardens, but there are some. Alton is one of the communities, along with Artistry, which is by Coulter Homes. This is located not so much east, it is a little west side of Palm Beach Gardens. I know that some people are kind of looking for new construction. They want it closer to where those beaches that I mentioned are. So these communities are a little bit more west. So just kind of keep that in mind if new construction is something that you're looking for. It does offer it, I just mean that it doesn't have a whole lot of different options for it. A city like Port St. Lucie, they have a lot of different builders and options there as far as new construction, and finding that, affordability is something that Port St. Lucie offers. Palm Beach Gardens is definitely at a higher price point, over $1 million. Though, if that's what you're looking for, then Palm Beach Gardens definitely has it for you. The community is great. And remember, when visiting new construction, taking a real estate agent with you is something you definitely want to do, because most new construction communities will not work with you and your real estate agent if the real estate agent's not with you on that first visit. So if you come into town and you plan on visiting any new construction in any area, definitely remember, give me a call, shoot me a text message, send me an email so that I know you're coming into town and we can set up that meeting and visit these new construction places together, because you definitely always want somebody on your side to get you through that process. Okay, reason number 7 is, and this may not be a big deal for a lot of you, but for some it can be, As far as like fast food, you want to go through a drive-through, get something quick to eat, I feel like Palm Beach Gardens doesn't have a lot of options for that. PGA Boulevard is the main road that goes through Palm Beach Gardens, and on PGA, there's a lot of like a plethora of restaurants available to you. So if you're one that likes to go out to eat, dine out, and you want options, Palm Beach Gardens is definitely the place for that. They have downtown, they have midtown, they have restaurants located in the mall that are available right off PGA Boulevard. And the more east you go, I feel like they have more restaurants that are not such like franchisee or, big restaurants, known restaurants. Though, downtown, they have a lot of options there, midtown, and so much more. But as far as like a fast food restaurant, you don't find that too much in Palm Beach Gardens. North Palm, which is just south of Palm Beach Gardens, you can find them there. Or maybe a little bit more north, which is Jupiter. You could find like the fast food areas. So I just thought I'd point that out as far as Palm Beach Gardens. And that could be a pro for you if you're one that's not into fast food. I know I'm not a big fan of it, but sometimes like I just want a Chick-fil-A to kind of drive through, get my son some chicken nuggets or a sandwich or something quick like that. And I just find that in Palm Beach Gardens or off of PGA Boulevard, they don't have that. And reason number 8 that Palm Beach Gardens may not be the city for you is the traffic, okay? So I mentioned that the PGA Tour that's where the home is Palm Beach Gardens. So around that time, you're definitely gonna be hitting a lot of traffic. As I mentioned, PGA Boulevard has a lot of restaurants. They have the mall there. During certain hours, peak hours, like basically anytime after 5 or 5:30, you're definitely gonna hit traffic there. And during season, as you know, a lot of people come here to Florida for the weather. People that are coming from other states where it's cold and they want to get away. During the summer, people are visiting family because there's no school in play. So during those times, you're definitely gonna hit traffic. PGA Boulevard has about 3 lanes on each side. And even then with multiple lanes, you do hit some traffic. The population in Palm Beach Gardens is around 58,000 people. So you could imagine, it's not one of the biggest cities in Palm Beach County, though it's not like the smallest either, but there is a lot of traffic. So just want to give you a heads up that if you can avoid between maybe the 5:30 to 7-ish times to avoid being on the road, definitely do that. Also, because it is a very popular, city that people do come to visit. Okay, and reason number 9 is the weather. So the weather, I know it's shocking, right? A lot of people come to Florida because of the weather. It's the tropical climate, it's the all year being able to just throw on a flip-flops and maybe some shorts. It doesn't exactly get cold here. We don't get snow and ice. We do get some cold days, but as far as the weather in Palm Beach Gardens, it does get pretty hot during the summer. And also within Florida, you have that humidity. So, the curly hair is definitely like getting frizzy and maybe a little bit more poofier. If you straighten your hair, I know on days when I straighten my hair, if I don't straighten it enough, it's definitely gonna start curling up on those humidity days. And also when I was researching, even though I live here in Florida, I feel like cities have different weather types. It also said that Palm Beach Gardens has more windy days. So that's a fun fact about Palm Beach Gardens is it does have more windier days. But remember, the beach is not too far, so you can go cool off or maybe go to the pool for the day, but definitely make the best of the weather. But I did want to point out the weather. And also, of course, you're in Florida, so we have to talk about hurricanes. Hurricanes are, a possibility in Palm Beach Gardens. But there's plenty of time to prepare for those kinds of things. Buy a generator, have one installed in the house, have, certain food available, and, do that before the hurricane season. Hurricane season's between June and November. So if it's right before the summer, just buy little things like batteries, flashlights, any kind of hurricane prepared supplies that you need to get get it before we hit the season, because once the local news is talking about it and we're getting closer to the season, people tend to freak out, and they even freak out a little bit more when there's an actual hurricane possibility coming in our direction. So just be prepared ahead of time and you can avoid all the chaos for sure. And last but not least, reason number 10 of not to move to Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. As I mentioned, the population is 58,000 or around there people, and so it is crowded. As I mentioned, the restaurants and things that are popular within Palm Beach Gardens, you're definitely going to hit like a wait if you're going out to eat, especially during those prime times when everybody's going out to dinner around 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock. One of my favorite restaurants is Cooper Hawks, and if you do not make a reservation, you are likely not going to be able to sit. I have literally walked into this restaurant, and this is located in the Palm Beach Gardens Mall, and there's two of us. So we go on date night. I'm like, let's go to Cooper Hawk. I'm a member, so I pay for the 2-bottle wine membership. And we walk in, and it's about 7:30-ish, and they literally say they're not even taking any more walk-ins. So shocking, you know, that kind of stuff does happen. If that's the restaurant you want to go to, definitely make a reservation. Or anywhere else in Palm Beach Gardens, make a reservation for date night or a family night, or if you're having a big party, you know, for a birthday or any kind of celebration, you'll definitely want to make a reservation with the restaurant ahead of time to avoid that wait, to avoid, you know, literally I've waited before for about 2 hours. The wait can get lengthy, and if you have kiddos with you, you know, they get cranky. So definitely the crowdedness of Palm Beach Gardens is tip number 10 as far as maybe why it's not for you. The good news is that Palm Beach Gardens is located centrally between great cities like Jupiter or North Palm Beach, where maybe just taking a little bit of a longer drive and going to a different restaurant might be the option for that night if it's a last minute thing, for sure. All right, guys, so those are my 10 reasons on why not to move to Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. If you have questions, remember, call me, text me, email me, reach out. That's the only way I'm going to be able to help you. Give me a thumbs up if you found this information useful so that it gets sent out to other people that are looking for the same information as you, and it helps get my videos out there. And guys, I will see you next time. Bye.